everyone! When asset flipping, pro tip, do not use other games' assets, especially if that game has an active fan base that can go out and find you. I normally do not cover asset flips. Cat, stop touching my monitor. Bad kitty. But this has come to my attention because my husband visits the IO development Discord a lot, and the IO people are very, very passionate about their games. So they scour Steam and they find things, and this game has ripped sound effects from the IO, but it also ripped majority of the models from Mesozoica. What you're looking at is a game entirely made out of, pretty much, other games' assets. And I don't know how long they have managed to be up on Steam, but the teams certainly have noticed, and at least the IO team have contacted their lawyers by now. And this is just a train wreck. A train wreck in the response from the one developer on Steam, and a train wreck from people defending it. It's really weird. So this is their trailer, right? Now, I'm gonna stop here. I'm wondering if I'm gonna get copyright infringed for that song that they used in their own trailer. I'm also wondering if they stole that, because they seem to have stolen a lot of things. And they have posted some posts that they then later removed. So this is alive and well in my link at the moment, but without a link you can't get to it. And I'm kind of afraid to refresh it because the post might have just been removed because there's actually no way to access it anymore. But here is their original explanation, right? And original explanation is written in such amazing English that it's very hard to read. The explanation of the copyright of game model is ridiculous. We must declare it. We are sorry about the problem of sound of the game. This is just a video. We do not use these dubbing in-game. Our sound effects are all recreated. We will immediately remove the dubbing similar to the island. Well, it's directly ripped from the Isle, and the Isle developers have contacted their lawyers because this is a lot of work. They have not been paid for any of this. This developer had no right to use it. I don't think that they just put in the sound effects into the video. What's less work? Putting in sound effects to your models in your game, or syncing the sound effects directly into the video? You did the second bit where you just added the sound effects to your video. That doesn't make it any better, because now it could be infringed under both copyright issues and false advertisement, because apparently you do not have these sounds in-game. that's just digging yourself a bigger hole. This is ridiculous about the model of the game. First statement, we have model all copyright. Ever since the Isle release after We Can Plan to Build a Dinosaur-like games, although Mesozoica released early, but his model resource is illegal. As to how they get model, only they know. Our designers are from the United States, California. The dinosaur model belongs to the game completely. If any other place to see similar dinosaur models, all is illegal. If they steal our model, they are set to piracy? It's ridiculous. Well, to begin with, Mesozoica is, I think, an abandoned project right now, but that game went out, like, over a year ago. Like, they had... Actually, let me try and find it, okay? Let's do this spelling. Mesozoica Steam. Mesozoica, yep. 2nd of January 2018. It's mostly negative. It has pretty bad reviews. But that is over 2 years prior to the Beast's 9500. Tell me what is more likely. that the models belong to the Beasts, or that the models belong to Mesozoica. Let me make this clear. The models are a lot more likely to belong to Mesozoica, okay? Nobody, like, steals your assets and uses them 2 years prior to you. That's not a thing that happens. If you released, like, weeks apart, you would have this argument and you two could battle it out. Not years apart. Not years apart. Mesozoica production levels look really bad. That is really a scam. If you don't believe in this game, please give it up. We hope to get respect. I hope you two, the Beasts of 9500, an opportunity to finally again. These dinosaurs copyright completely belong to us. They will continue to make new dinosaur if this is our commitment. That is not English, okay? They have a new statement that went out really recently, and actually I'm wondering if if I press the general discussion, it's still up because they have purged their general discussion multiple times today. Fun times, hence why the links are still alive on my browser, but they might not exist if I refresh the page. About copyright. We don't want to do too much explanation. We need to emphasize that the game has nothing to do with any fraud or illegal resources, has a similar model or repeated use, is not representative of infringement, like store material. Everyone has the right to use. This game and Mesozoica has nothing to do, and these resources we buy already contains the copyright. We have the agreement and contact. Please pay attention to words and deeds. So, did you buy the assets then? Or did Mesozoica rip you off? Which story is it? Which story is it? Because these are two different stories, which is, once again, this is a very pleasant train wreck. And while I'm showing you, I'm gonna spread the joy of the train wrecks outside of just the Isle community, okay? Everyone can enjoy the train wreck, not just the Isle people. It's the train wreck for all. There was a thread saying nothing is original, everything is used from another game or artist. Don't trust at the moment. There is nothing original here, nothing to trust at all. It's all used from another game or artist. Many models are from Mesozoica, the rest are store-bought. Some are that may be original are still copied from concept and fan art of other works. There is absolutely nothing original from this game that popped up out of nowhere. I do not trust it. And yes, this is the general discussions. Because, just so you know, that this thread doesn't exist. There has been multiple threads. They deleted, like, they purged about 20 threads that just stated that this game is not trustworthy, okay? But, interestingly enough, there are people defending this game, which makes you think whether they're actually involved into making the game. Because why else? Actually, if I click from here, do these links still exist? No, they don't. So the moment I close, all of this will be internet history. because I have links to discussions, you might still be able to access it through Wayback Machine. So you can go and look at already deleted content. But yes, most of the sounds came from the game The Isle 2. And this is exactly how they got recognized and how they got in trouble. Because once again, Mesozoica is referred to as an abandoned project, so I don't know would their devs go out digging for asset flips. The Isle, though, is a very alive game, and people playing it just ran right into an asset flip and was like, hey, sound designer, have you sold your sound assets behind anyone's back? And they were like, no, why? And then they were shown this game, and then they're like, oh, alrighty, we're contacting the lawyers to see what we can do about this, because this is an illegal use of our assets. But there was exactly one person in all of these threads. I haven't seen anyone else that was going around defending it, which makes you think whether or not they're actually involved with the game and whether this is their real account. Because if you go to Dragons, their account is completely private. It's a developer account that's completely private. You have no way of seeing whether it's a new Steam account or whether it has been used before. The only person defending it, though, has a real non-private Steam account. This game literally has no relation to Mesozoica other than the models. I honestly don't see a problem with the reusing of failed games models. Well, you see, failed games still carry copyright. So yes, there is an issue unless you contact said company and you buy the models from them. I can't comment about what the developer did with Mesozoica. I believe though that they did not buy them from Mesozoica because they ripped assets from the Isle. They ripped all the sound effects from the Isle, which kind of suggests to me that they wouldn't just like be dirty to one product and then be normal towards another set of developers. It's more likely that they ripped everything that they got from other games than that they paid one game but not the other, but still used their assets. But the person defending it, I'm not gonna read this whole thing. They actually have a lot of okay reviews of other games that have to do with the game. They're obviously a fan of dinosaur games, which would kind of explain why they're also frequenting dinosaur games on Steam. But their Isle review is just a review of the development team, which I thought wasn't relevant as a Steam review and that normally these things get removed, so I suppose they just didn't get reported enough times. Imagine yourself living in a parallel universe that is similar compared to ours. It has a number of gods that make themselves known as well as involve mortals in their affairs on a daily basis, fine-tuning their world and updating it to fit us human needs. Only one thing is wrong here, said deities openly insult and treat the mortals like garbage. Now imagine this. These so-called gods have openly said that they despise you out of thousands of people in the world, the most. They actively lie about you, spread false rumors about you, and send people and angry mobs to harass you. What are you gonna do then? This is basically my experience with the Isle. I have never met such irresponsible, immature, and unprofessional game developers in my life. And it just continues going. I gotta say, at the very least, that they compared developers to gods. That's, if that was a review that somebody gave me as a YouTuber, I would take that as high praise because they're directly comparing me to a god. Like, thanks, mate, I guess. But yes, weirdly enough, this guy obviously has a hate boner for one game and is defending an asset flip, which makes you think, are you the one? Are you the one doing all this? But then again, if you look at the developer's account, their English is obviously not English. The person defending the game English is English. So maybe they're here because they have a hate boner. I don't know. But yes, welcome to the train wreck of asset flips. I hope you have enjoyed this experience. I'm leaving all the links, though I believe they don't lead anywhere, but you can run them through Wayback Machine and see what there used to be there. Thank you for watching. I hope I'm gonna see you in my other videos, and this has been fun. If you like my content, please subscribe, and see ya.